Hello and welcome. I'm TAUNI with Yoga 413, and I'm going to be leading you in a gentle, slow flow yoga practice today. The only thing you're going to need is a mat, so when you're ready, we're going to move into a child's pose and get started. Beginning our class in a resting child's pose. Taking time to connect to our breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And with every exhale, I invite you to let go of any distractions, both internal and external. Anything that's weighing on your mind today, we're just going to choose to set it aside, even if it's just for during this time on our mat. May this practice be a blessing to you, both physically and mentally. And I invite you to set a personal intention for your practice. We're going to press up onto all fours, drawing the knees underneath the hips, flowing through cow and cat. So with the breath, as we inhale, we open up the body, lift the tailbone. As we exhale, we round the spine, chin towards chest. Again, inhaling, open. Exhale and round. Moving with the pace of your breath. One more time through these poses. And finding that neutral spine, tucking the toes underneath you, walking back, hips onto our heels, reaching the arms up. Take that right hand down towards the mat or towards your waist and lengthen through the left side of the body. Coming back up, reaching up. Exhale to the other side. Lifting out of the pose, walking the hands forward. We're going to come into our first down dog, lifting those hips up and back. Gently begin to alternate bending the knees. Feet are hip distance apart. Fingers gently spread wide. Then when you're ready, find stillness. Lifting the right leg up for one leg dog. Go ahead and stretch that leg up high, arms strong and straight. Drawing the knee into the chest, then out to the side. Moving into pigeon pose. Releasing that back foot to the mat. Walking down to reclining pigeon. Begin to walk the hands back. Sitting up nice and tall, fingers are for support. Staying here or bending that back leg. Reaching that left hand to that left foot. Releasing, we're going to roll onto that hip, swing that leg around. Bringing that right foot now to the inner thigh, dropping that knee wide. Sit up tall with the inhale. Exhale, extend into your one leg fold. Never worrying about how deeply you come into a stretch. just that you feel. Never want to force. Coming up and lifting that right knee up. We're going to go into a seated twist, so the left arm comes up. Exhale and twist. Either hooking that elbow outside of the knee, or you can just wrap your arm around if that's more comfortable. Turning to gaze over that right shoulder. Releasing from the stretch. We're going to find our sits bones. Just start to engage those core muscles. Lean back. Staying here, keeping those toes on the floor, or lifting into boat pose. Coming forward, crossing those ankles, stepping back to downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg up. Take a nice stretch here. Knee through, chest out to the side, lowering down into pigeon pose. Staying level on those hips, walking it down. Coming up, either onto the fingertips, holding here, staying, or you're welcome to bend that back knee. Maybe reach back, hand to ankle or foot. Keep lifting away from the floor. Releasing, swinging that leg around. Foot goes to the inner thigh. Lifting up and exhale over into your one leg fold. Begin to walk the hands back, lifting that knee up. Seated twist. Inhale to extend. Exhale, twist. Turning those eyes over the shoulder. Coming back to face the front, let's do one more boat pose. So finding those sits bones, good posture, just lean it back, coming into your pose. Coming forward, stepping back to downward facing dog. Just one more breath, finding that nice stretch all down the back side. Then begin to walk the feet forward. Take a breath in your half lift. Hands can come to the shins. Gaze forward. Exhale and fold. As you inhale, rise up strong with a nice flat back, arms up, bringing the hands to the heart center. Gently flowing, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Soften those knees if needed. Lengthen the spine, half lift. And fold. Inhale, stand it up tall, high mountain pose. Hands to heart. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Swan dive and fold. Lengthen and fold. Inhale, rise up. Hands to heart center. Beginning to balance, keeping that right foot connected to the mat, coming into tree pose. The left leg will pivot out, staying connected to the floor, taking that foot above or below the knee, finding tree pose. Hands to heart center if they're not already there. Draw that knee up to the chest. Now we're going to open up and step back to warrior two. Take a moment here to find your pose, knee over ankle, toes of that right foot straight forward. Shoulders right over hips. Take that right palm up to the sky and reach back for reverse warrior. Lightly touching the back leg. And if your weight has shifted back, just re-bend into that right knee. Inhale, start to come up, lengthen the arms, straighten that forward leg, reaching forward, coming into extended triangle pose. So the arm is up or extended over the head. Give that arm a big circle back. Taking the hands down to the mat. Drop that left knee. Extend the right leg up behind you. So we're moved the hands back right under the shoulders. Lifting that leg. Now slowly start to take that right leg out to the right side, using the strength you have in your hips, and then lower that foot to the floor. Walking the hands forward for puppy dog pose, just a version with the one leg extended, dropping the chest and the chin to the floor. Keep lengthening through those arms. Starting to walk the hands backwards, under the shoulders. Lift that leg and take it around behind you. Good job. Take that breath in, and as you exhale, round the spine, draw the knee into the chest. Inhale, point that toe, lengthen the leg. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, extend. Let's do that 2 more times. Good. Lower that foot to the mat. Step back for plank pose. So remember, you can always drop your knees to the mat for supported plank. Still going to be working on building that strength and strengthening your core. Let's lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Begin to look forward and step the feet to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. Bringing the hands to the heart center. We're going to do that really simple flow again. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, stretch into the back and the hamstrings. Lengthen the spine, half lift. And fold. Rise up. Hands to heart. 2 more times through. So just moving that energy around. Moving at your own pace. 1 more time. Beautiful job. Balancing on that left foot, tree pose, so the right knee comes out, foot either below or above the knee. You can always take your arms wherever you need them. If they're more comfortable here at the heart, leave them there. If not, extend. Remember, trees move and sway, so just be patient. Hands move to the heart if they're not already there. Knee to chest. Step back to warrior 2. Left palm up to the sky, reach back, reverse warrior. Inhale, lift up, straightening those legs, moving into triangle pose, extended triangle if it's comfortable. So reaching, really lengthen to the right side of the body. Big circle back with the arm. Taking the hands to either side of the foot. Drop that back knee to the mat. Extending that left leg back behind you. Go ahead and point that toe. Use the strength in your hips to slowly take that leg out to the side. Drop it down and walk out for puppy dog pose. Keeping those hips right over that knee. Start to walk the hands back, right under the shoulders. So again, lift and sweep that leg slowly around behind you. With the breath, inhale, exhale, round the spine, chin to knee, and extend. Again, at your own pace. 2 more times. Placing the foot on the mat, step back for plank pose or knees down for supported plank. The hips come up for downward facing dog. Stepping the right foot forward, we're going to keep our hands on the mat and pivot to the long edge of your mat. Turning those toes to the corners, nice and wide. I want you to bend that right knee coming into Skandasana, taking that left toes up, coming onto the heel, and then gently coming to the other side. So we're just loosening up our hips, just adding a really gentle flow in and out, front to back. Let's do that one more time. So you can see I'm using my hands for support. If you want to take that support away, bring your hands to your heart. You're welcome to do that. Coming back to the center, turn your toes forward now in line with your heels. And come into standing straddle, just walking the hands through the legs, allowing the top of the head to just reach for the mat. Start to walk your hands back forward and take them right underneath you. Come up onto the fingertips, lengthen. Taking that left hand down right underneath you, right arm comes up either to the hip or extend for a standing twist. Trying your best to keep your hips level rather than shifting that right hip up. Let's switch sides. Left arm comes up, either to the hip or extend. Hand comes down. You're just going to walk both hands to the front. Step back, take the knees down, and gently lower all the way down onto the mat. And we're going to come into Sphinx Pose. So we're going to take our forearms down, shoulders right over elbows. Turn that gaze forward. And to make this stretch a little bit more intense, dig your forearms into the mat like you're trying to pull the elbows closer to you. Good. Come out of the pose. Hands by the chest. Little cobra here. So inhale, lift. We're going to hold this pose. So you can stay here, baby cobra, really focusing more on the strength in your back. So even maybe lifting your hands. Or if you want to focus more on the stretch, still keep the elbows bent, shoulders down. So just pick your pose, breathe into it. Let's take a rest. So come on down, take one ear to the mat and rest. Arms can just come to your sides. Let's bring the eyes back forward. One more pose here for our back. We're going to move into Locust Pose. Extend, lift the chest. Keep those legs as straight as you can. Lift the back of the thighs up towards the sky. Careful not to hold the breath. And release. Let's press back to a child's pose. And take a few breaths here and just rest. Allow all those muscles in the back to lengthen out. So we're going to come up, have a seat on our mat. Find those sits bones, sit it up tall, extend those legs out. We're going to move into a seated fold. Lengthen. One more stretch for these hamstrings. We're going to lift it up and start to roll down one vertebrae at a time. You're welcome to hold on to those legs if you need to. Good. Let's bend the knees, take the feet to the mat. We're going to lift into bridge pose. Pressing those hips up, walk the shoulders together and down your back. Optional chest expansion, or you can always take the hands to the low back for support. Releasing the hips down. Let's hug both knees into the chest. Little massage here, rocking side to side. Let's keep the right knee in, extend that left leg out to the mat. Gently pull that knee down. Moving into our spine twist, dropping the knee across the body, extending the right arm and turning to gaze over that right hand. Rolling to your back, extend the leg. Left knee pulls in. Give it a nice pull down. And exhale into your twist. Coming back onto our backs, let's hug the knees into the chest one more time. Begin to circle the ankles a few times in one direction and then the other. Taking the feet down and together, drop the knees open for Reclining Butterfly. Hand is just on your midsection. Connecting to your breath, noticing the rise and fall of the belly with every breath. Lifting the knees, our hands are going to go to our sides, palms up. We're going to move into our final and most important pose of Shavasana. Closing your eyes. I say this is the most important pose because we need to take time to just be still, even if it's just for 1 minute. So just soften the body, quiet the mind, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. So you're welcome to hit the pause button and stay a little longer, or begin to gently awaken the body with small movements, deep breaths, Working our way into that fetal position on our right side. And again, just acknowledging gratitude for our bodies and whatever else it is you're thankful for today. I just ask you to recognize that in the quiet of your heart. And then help yourself up to have a seat on your mat. You did amazing. Let's take one more deep breath in, bringing the hands to the heart. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thanks again for joining me for class. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure and hit that like button and consider sharing it with a friend. You guys have a great day.